Thanks everyone for coming back for another segment of the MCR. Thirsty is to my right, Mac is to my left. My name is TJ, and this one, this particular segment had me thinking about a few things that have been said, and then lo and behold, as Mac and I hit it around, he shares a inconsequential conversation of sorts that he had some time ago, and thoughts began slapping me in the face, I'll say. But yeah, let's just start with some of the things that have been said recently or a week or so ago. Marjorie Taylor Greene, and as you know, I did a solo on that where she used the term national divorce, and in a Twitter thread I thought made a pretty good explanation and defense of the use of that term, and my comment was, divorce is not a good thing, and most divorces turn nasty. So if we have a national divorce and it becomes a nasty national divorce, what are we saying that it is? You know, and you know, words mean things.
Keeping with that thought process. I mean, we're damn close to a separation.
And I've mentioned before, I like to watch Dr. Steve Turley, and he has used the term soft secession, meaning you make your laws in D.C. and maybe we will, but maybe we won't enforce them here. Of course, then it said, well, we'll come down there and enforce them for you. Okay, well, then what? So the national divorce gets nasty at that point? You see what I'm saying?
Well, it gets down to, this is the problem we have with Gretchen Whitmer. We're going to make you.
Yeah.
And if you don't comply with my wishes or deny my powers, I think were her words, then she's just going to straighten us out.
Well, you know, and in case you haven't guessed by now, I'm kind of dancing around the term Civil War, okay? And as Mac and I were talking about it one time, he off the cuff shared with me a conversation that he had with an ex-military guy that I had a knee-jerk reaction to. So why don't you share the conversation? You know, it doesn't matter the name of the guy.
In fact, I don't remember his name, but he was a young kid, a nice kid, young black fellow, and he was serving his reserve time after his military term.
He was active duty
reserve.
ETS active duty, and a lot of times you have your 2 or 4 years of...
Yeah, usually it's 4
So
years.
that was his status. And like I said, he was a nice kid and everything. And in the course of conversation, someone said something about a civil war, and he said, oh, you can't fight the military. And I said, hold on. I said, you know, this country was founded by ragtag people with no shoes, starving to death, and with the help of the French Navy, they did exactly that. Well, not to mention Korea,
Look at
Vietnam,
Afghanistan.
Yeah, Afghanistan. Not they after they kicked us out. Previously, they had kicked out the Soviet Army.
Yeah, well, that was back in the 80s.
As you were sharing that conversation with me, I went into my classic knee-jerk reaction mode and said, oh my gosh, well, this guy has no problem bringing Afghanistan to domestic soil. I mean,
yeah.
if someone's going to so nonchalantly say that, you know?
Well, the president said it.
I mean...
we got bombs.
Yeah.
Earlier this year.
Are you really going to waste
or last year, I should say.
$1.2 million bomb to blow up my little house?
Well, if this guy has his way, they will.
Well, here's the thing. I think that, first off, I'd tell you the first bomb that gets dropped, you're going to have a full-on civil conflict.
Oh, for sure.
That is going to happen because, you know what? Hey, you know, your house yesterday, mine house today, his tomorrow. That would have to be the thinking. And we're not condoning any of this kind of thing, but if you're going to drop bombs on the American people, then it's going to be on.
Well, and the thing of it is, keep in mind who won after 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, the Taliban did.
Yeah.
And then if you want to go to Vietnam, look who won after, 50 15, almost 20 years there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know, the Viet Cong. So my point being was the concern I had in when Max shared with me this what was really a casual conversation. He said it casually, and I don't think he understood what he was saying.
Well,
And what he was saying was he has no problems with an Afghanistan scenario playing out here in this country.
I forget that one.
And that what worries me.
I think she was Air Force Reserve, something like that, talking about if they put in these lockdown quarantine mandates and whatnot. If I turn my barrel of my rifle to you, you will listen, because then you become the enemy. So basically,
you're talking about the people who were not wanting to do the mandates?
Yeah. She said, if I turn my rifle on you and order you back in your house, you become the enemy.
You better be prepared to shoot that gun.
I tell you what, you have just literally declared the United States or the people of the United States public enemy number one.
Yeah.
And this is from our own military. Well, guess what? I'll take your little feminist ass somewhere out back, and I'll show you what you can do with that gun. She thinks she's tough just because she's wearing the camis. Well, I got news for you. I know people in the military, and they're on the side of the people.
Well, not all of them, I fear.
Not all of them. No,
Given the conversation he had.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm belaboring the point here, but I'm like, I have to wonder how many more are like that. And we've already heard about upper rank generals and admirals and whatnot. How Obama basically got the conservative ones out, and then now we're hearing reports about all these high-ranking generals that undermined Trump at any
General Miley,
at any given opportunity they undermined Trump. Well, you know what? And if they're going to undermine Trump, if they're going to undermine the president of the United States, we're just Joe Schmo common citizen here. They're going to have no problems, forcing their will upon us.
A really good friend of mine is in the Air National Guard, reserves. He's down in Guam right now doing what? Who knows? But I have actually blatantly asked him, when it comes down to it, whose side are you on? Because if you come knocking at my door, it's not going to end well, regardless of whether you take me out or if I take you out. It's not going to end well. I was like, so I hope you're on the right side.
Well, in any event, I just this is why I've said before.
It goes to the attitude of might makes right.
Yeah, just prepare. I used to say when we first started this channel, sometimes I'd say keep your powder dry. Don't get caught short-handed, man. Don't get caught short-handed.
There's a reason why we had the Second Amendment, and this is exactly what it's for.
So that was just my thoughts on this.
It's concerning for sure.
The willingness to create an Afghanistan
like
scenario
I said, you know what?
on domestic
If
soil.
you guys had met this young man, you'd like him. A nice kid. But I never would have guessed he had that on his mind.
Yeah.
It opened my eyes a bit.
So that's it for what I got. If you guys got anything else, we have said our piece on this one. So by all means, chime in the comments section. We're right, we're wrong, we're out in left field, metaphorically.
I'm out in the bleachers.
All right. Anyways, thanks everyone. Catch you in the next segment. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.